Smart Madu in Georgia. And the anchor of Nigeria. Smart Madu CEO of ONN and the convener of Open Nigeria. And Africa Unite appreciates its fans, supporters, and followers from around the world. The mistake Africans must never ever make again is accepting foreign standards that don't agree with the logic of morality as yardsticks for measuring the quality of their leadership. The mistake after Smart Madu Ajaya. The visionary message the African people did not listen to them. Smart Madu Ajaya, CEO of ONN, and convener of Open Nigeria, commends members of the Delta State chapter of the PDP who did not move to the APC. Point and the new sacrificial and inspirational direction. Smart Madu Ajaya talks about his work on socioeconomic justice and his previous relationship with many before his transformation. Socioeconomic justice. All right, good morning, friends, fans, well wishers from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. Good morning. This is Smart Madu Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and the Nightingale Radio International. How are you all doing? Bright day here. Beautiful, gorgeous day. Yes, how is it wherever you are? Nigerians, how are you? Africans, how are you doing? Yes, Viva Africa, Viva Africa, Viva Africa. I love the spirit. I love the sense of unity. I love the solidarity. The people of Africa and the friends of Africa demonstrated yesterday, everywhere, for the true independence of Africa. And urging imperial powers to let Africa breathe. Yes, and leave the youngest African revolutionary with access to power alone to start a work that will transform Africa, transform minds, change the youth, the speaker of the young people of Africa, Ibrahim Traore. Great job, Africans. Great job, friends of Africa. Great job for all those who love social and socio-economic justice from around the world. We love you. Thank you very much for the show of love you demonstrated for the people of Africa. Yes, Africa, unite. This is the time. All right, today is May Day. In Nigeria, it is celebrated as Workers' Day. Yes, Nigerian workers. I don't know if we should be celebrating or crying, but they work hard. The hardest working people. They work for the politicians, and the politicians make the money. and they steal everything. And it's sad. Nigerian workers work, they take all kinds of nonsense from, terrible leadership of their labor union, corrupt, so corrupt, so corrupt. So, I mean, today, I was part of it. When I was in Nigeria, I was a labor union leader. And in our time, it was different. We were able to hold the government accountable. We were able to press for better working conditions. But these days, things have changed. It's not the way it used to be. When you become a labor union leader, you go there to make money for yourself and not for the help the workers improve working conditions. So that's why things are so bad where it is. Right. Hey, how are you? Hello. Hey, who is this? Ramjan. Thank you very much for joining. How are you? Oh, from India, the guy from India. Thank you. We always see you here. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you very much for always joining. So, what are you celebrating Workers' Day in India today? I don't know if it is a global thing. In the US, it's a different day. It's not exactly today, but that's what it is. Yes. Maria, thank you very much for joining. We appreciate you. So today is Workers' Day in Nigeria. Nigerian workers work under very inhumane and conditions. Yes, the least paid worker in Nigeria does not even earn up to $5 in a month. Yes, they earn less than $5 in a month. And they do all the work. But politicians, all the money. That is why I am calling on them today. I'm calling on them today to go and do self-appraisal. Go and look very critically. How do you elect labor union leaders? That is what I'm talking about today. I am not, I feel sad for them because they don't earn anything. And then, for the little they earn, you will see some Nigerian workers, we go for months, some even a whole year without being paid salaries. Yeah, for work done. They are not paid. They go for months. But the politicians are first to pay themselves. In addition to looting the treasury, they put all of the country's money in their pockets. The workers who do the work, who drive the civil service, they are not paid as at when due. The little pittances that they are paid. They owe them salaries for 12 months, some for even 18 months. And every day, they still wake up. Hoping that they will be paid sometime in the future. Yes. Who does that? Yes. So they make them go through all kinds of hell. And these are people with families, with a number of children, with a lot of responsibilities. Some have their children in college. Some have their children learning trades. But they live within a meager salary that is not paid to them. Yes, as at when due. When after they have put in the work. And you expect the country to not be corrupt. So they devise means to survive. And some of those means of survival include doing inordinate things, cutting corners, doing sharp things to get ahead. Yes, that is why the country is so corrupt. The corrupt system in Nigeria is very, 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 very impervious to solution. Because those who are supposed to be solving these problems are the ones who make things worse. And they are in the political class. And some of them work with a labor union, not just some of them, all of them work with labor union leaders. Labor union leaders are no longer the labor union leaders we used to know. Labor union leaders are not like the former big labor union leader, Chief Michael Imodu. Yes, the first leader of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Yes, he led a very frugal life. He led by example. No, not this present-day labor union leaders. They go there to amass wealth. Yes, look at one of them, Oshomole. For all the period he was Nigerian Labour Congress president, he was amassing money for himself. He will create fear, strike, and then the government comes, settles him, and then he calls off the strike, and the workers get nothing at the end of the day. It's a tradition that the workers of Nigeria have to face. Yes, they live below poverty line as we speak right now. Yes, the cost of what they earn does not match the cost of transportation and the cost of doing other things to get the job done. At the end of the day, a worker in Nigeria spends more money on transporting him or herself to and from work, yes, than the total amount of money he makes or she makes at the end of the month. So what is the essence of working? But these people still joyfully, I don't know how they are able to do it, to wake up and go to work when you are not going to be paid. Yes, these are government jobs. Government is the highest employer of labor in Nigeria. The private sector is even worse. They hire you, they don't pay. They will not pay. They pay pittances. They exploit the workers. No, man, things got to shift. And that is why I am calling them. The Nigerian workers on their own constitute a big problem. When it's time to choose leaders, they don't choose the right leadership. Yes, they are a critical population in Nigeria. Look at the mess Nigeria is going through. Yes, the Nigerian Labour Congress will arraign its members, trump up strikes, give the workers high hopes of making things better for them. Their leaders will be paid off, and the strike is called off. Nothing is done. They live worse off than they went into strikes with. So, and it's about leadership. You chose those leaders. So what are you going to do differently? Looking at the history to where we are right now, about how your labor leaders use you as bargaining chips to amass money and then acquire so much money for them to become politicians after their tenures. It is you. Who are you choosing as your labor leader? Starting from your local unit, who do you choose? What are they doing? Do they represent your interest? Do they truly represent your interest? Or you just choose them based on sentiment? You choose them because they are members of your tribes. You choose them because you share the same religious background with them. You choose them because you belong to the same social group. This is the time for you to reassess what you have been doing all these years about how you choose leaders. That is what the essence of this is. I feel so hard, so sad. Our heart go out of for you, for the sacrifice you make for a country, yes, whose leadership do not value the dignity of labor. Yes, whose leadership exploit the people, exploit you, the laborers, yeah, to live in criminal opulence, and then make you powerless to the point that you cannot raise your finger, you cannot stand up to them, you cannot make demands. Yes, demands that are constitutional, yeah, for you. Nigerian workers, it is time. It is time for you to wake up. You bear the brunt. You work hardest. It's time. You have a right to improved working condition. You have a right to better wages. You have a right to live below poverty line. You have a right to enjoy the best of facilities. You have a right to the best working environment. You have a right to everything good because you work so hard, to support the country. You work so hard to keep the country going. Even if a few people are wrecking the country, you still keep on. You put smiles on your face even when you should be crying. Yeah, you wake up every morning hopeless. Even if they're not going to get you paid, you still go there because you call it a job. That is your job. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you wake up. As for that, I will say thank you for all of you. But nobody should be sentenced to death when he or she is working. Nobody should live the way Nigerian workers live. Nobody should suffer the pains and the anguish, the misery the Nigerian workers suffer. Things got to change, and it has to start with you. Examine your own self. How do you choose those who represent you? How do you choose when it is time in an election? When it is election, I see some politicians, we go and bribe teachers. They go and bribe workers. Then you vote for them, even if you know they are not going to do anything to make your working conditions better. The revolution in Nigeria must take place in the work environment. You have a right. You have a right, your basic human right, and encapsulated in your right, to great working condition. You have a right to your life. Why do you work without getting paid? Why do you work and you are paid less than you are supposed to be paid? Why do you work and you are not paid as at when due? Every month you are not paid. But the politicians, the people that make the policies, they pay themselves first. They are supposed to be paying you first and not you last. Why should you be owed salaries for as long as 1 year and you still wake up and go get the job done? So this is the time. This is the time for you workers in Nigeria, both those in public and private sector, to examine yourselves. What are you doing wrong that you are being paid so little or not being paid at all, especially when you are supposed to be paid? How are you able to pay your rent? How are you able to pay your light bill? How are you able to pay your water bill? How are you able to transport yourself to that work? Questions that we, all of us, including especially you, must answer. Now is the time. Nigerian workers, I thank you for the sacrifice. It is even worse for those who have served the country and they are retired and they don't get their pensions when it's supposed to be paid. A lot of them go up, line up in the various state capitals. Those who work for the federal government travel to Abuja, line up in the dead cold and scorching heat. Some of them die in line, some of them waiting after they have served their country. They die waiting. Something is wrong. And something has to be done. And something has to give. Nigerian workers, wake up. Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes, Marcia, thank you very much for joining. It is time. Nigerian workers, it is time for you to demand for your right. It is time for you to wake up now. It is time to raise your consciousness. One, it has to do with your leadership. I know there are unions in Nigeria. Here, there are not so many unions, but the system is such that every 2 years, or depending on how you negotiate, there are ways the system is humane. They react to changes in the economy and make adjustments as needed. So there is lesser industrial crisis here, and you can move. The mobility of labor here is great. You can change. If you feel like you are underpaid, you can move because of the access to opportunity, because of various means of accessing opportunity that are available here, that should be available in Nigeria, but made impossible because of the country's tragedy of leadership. And this is the reason why we'll be talking about leadership. What you put in is what you get. The type of leaders you choose is reflective of what you get when you work, and in every sector of the country's economy. So that is why leadership is important. Choose those who know how, and they will take you to the destination that you deserve. And we are where we are because we choose criminals, we choose rogues, we choose thieves. Yes, who will steal everything and don't care about the children. They don't care about the workers, and they don't care about tomorrow. Matthias, thank you very much. Hi. How are you? Yes. Good to hear from you guys. Yes, so we are talking about labor in Nigeria. Today is Labor Day in Nigeria. Workers' Day in Nigeria. So we are thanking the Nigerian workers, and they take a lot. They take in so much. They take in so much pains, and they don't get nothing for the great job that they do. Yes, the Nigerian worker is made so vulnerable. The Nigerian worker is gravely exploited. The Nigerian worker is made to be look like less than human. Yes, in their own environment. Yes, by their own government. They work from morning to day, 30 days of the month, and at the end of the month, they don't get paid. Yes, because of the tragedy of leadership. And they don't have a choice. In the morning, they still wake up, dressed up, and then come. Some borrow money to be able to get to the job for which they are not even paid at the end of the day. So this is the reason why we're asking them, reassess your situation. Now there are changes you can make. And those changes include looking at your labor union leaders, those who you choose, who are supposed to interface between you and the employer, so they can negotiate